What is going on, guys? We are back with some more Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle videos, and Golden Week is here. And I made a video like a month ago, and I speculated that we're about to get Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta and God of Destruction Toppo, and we got just that. Now, I actually said it was going to be a dual Dokkan Fest because I really thought God of Destruction Toppo would have been appropriate enough to make him a Dokkan Fest in and of himself, because if we have freaking Dokkan Fest Turles, then I mean, come on now, Dokkan Fest God of Destruction Toppo. But we got Toppo, but he's a Dokkan Awakened form of the Toppo we currently have in the game, and he's not a Dokkan Fest unit. So we actually got Jiren Dokkan Awakening on the banner, so I guess it was pretty close, right? I mean, we got the Blue Evolution Vegeta. I didn't think they would have made him into a transformation mechanic unit, meaning that he's a Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta card, then he transforms into Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. So I guess every Dokkan Fest card from here on out will have the transformation mechanic. Well, I guess Jiren doesn't have it. Anyway, so what's gonna come next? Because in Dokkan, it's always about what's gonna come next, what's gonna come next, what's gonna come next. Well, we just got LR Beerus and Whis technically. We just got Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. So in terms of what's next, there's several things they could do. For me, okay, this is what I want. Well, there's two things I want. I want a GT LR. We don't have a GT LR. We have an LR from every... Well, do we have a Dragon Ball LR? I don't think we have an LR from Dragon Ball either. I guess LRTN, but, you know, I suppose you're going to call that an LR, but we need a GT LR. So, I mean, that could be Super Baby 2 LR. That could be Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta LR. Technically, we're supposed to be getting Super Saiyan 4 Goku LR, because if you remember from the campaign, they actually gave us the top 3 placings. Number 1 was LR Vegeta Blue. We have him. Number 2 is actually Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And the number 3 slot went to LR Beerus. So, technically, we got LR Beerus and Whis. So, we don't have a solo LR Beerus LR card. But either way, I think the next LR, you know, that drops should be an LR from GT, because once again, we don't have one. You know, I don't know why. Like, I mean... And I kind of want to see more villain LRs, because like the past, like what we have so many hero LRs. Like if you look at it from December, LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Fast forward from there, LR Gogeta and Vegito. Fast forward a bit from there, LR Beerus. They're all hero cards. So we're lacking heavily in the LR villains department. So really hope that they give some love to the villains. And in terms of a GT villain that's can be an LR, interesting question. I mean, I don't want Rildo to be an LR, but I mean, I'll take it like LR Meta Rildo probably. I don't know, man, but we'll see what happens here. So that's, hopefully we get a GT LR. And what I want next in terms of a Dokkan Fest unit, I want a busted Dragon Ball card. I think it's appropriate. Dragon Ball is what kicked off the entire Dragon Ball franchise. And yet we don't have a single relevant Dragon Ball card. Now, you know, you can argue that, okay, Demon King Piccolo, pretty good Dokkan Awakening. You can argue, you know, Foot Kamehameha Goku. He's alright, I suppose. Who else is okay from Dragon Ball that's in the game? I guess the physical grade 8 Kid Goku, I guess he's okay. But none of these cards are viable like that. Like, you're not going to run these cards over immense damage modifier units. You're not going to run these cards over Dokkan Fest units. You're not going to run these cards actually at all. Like, unless it's the transformation mechanic team, the Tapion leader, then you can put a transformation Goku on there. So, but beyond that, like, these cards aren't that great. So we really need to put some respect on Dragon Ball. I love Dragon Ball. I watched Dragon Ball on like 3 times over in my life. I need to watch it again soon, honestly, because I need to refresh my memory about the events that occurred. But Dragon Ball is so fun. So I want there to be a good Dragon Ball unit, a good Dragon Ball Dokkan Fest. Who's appropriate enough to be a Dragon Ball Dokkan Fest card? Of course, Kid Goku, obviously. Maybe not Kid Krillin, but I mean, you know, okay. Yeah, I don't think Krillin warrants a Dokkan Fest card. I'll say Kid Goku, of course, Master Roshi. You can Tien. I mean, Tien had somewhat of a decent role in Dragon Ball. Beyond that, I mean, you know, I can't really think of anyone that's going to be relevant enough. Now, obviously, a unit coming from the Dragon Ball Saga will most likely have, like, quote, sub trash links, because they have those Dragon Ball centric links. And, you know, if Kid Goku comes through, it'd probably have the Innocence, Guidance of the Dragon Balls, the Incredible Adventure. So that's like the Innocence is a pretty okay link, but the other two links are pretty dead. He probably won't have Prepare for Battle, so the card itself really wouldn't be the, I mean, it depends on the passive, honestly. Like, the passive can be quite broken, but beyond that, the links and everything, it's probably going to be a Dragon Ball category for you guys to really activate the link. So if it's a Dragon Ball category leader being 150, 170% stats, then that's awesome. That's so good, because we have enough Dragon Ball cards in the game that if you put them under a good leader ability, they'll hit okay. Like, once again, the Great Ape Gokus. I think the physical one has, is it 90% attack up? Maybe even 100% attack up. Like, he actually has quite a bit of attack up on his passive. He's actually not horrible. Once again, Demon King Piccolo, providing 3 key and 25% to extreme types, so that's probably not the best setup there. You can kind of make it work. I mean, it'll be a fun team. It really wouldn't be that busted, but I think a Dragon Ball category is kind of overdue. And I think a Dragon Ball Dokkan Fest card is also overdue. Now, they can actually switch things up, honestly, and give us a Dragon Ball LR, because we don't really have that either. Hopefully, Master Roshi with Goku and Krillin carrying the milk jugs. That'd be quite funny, honestly. Or they can just have, like, Goku and Krillin in the card art, or whatever they want to do. That'd be a pretty cool card. It doesn't have to be busted or anything. It's just, like, a fun card to have. They can actually make that kind of card free to play, honestly. I mean, that card doesn't need to be summonable at all. Hopefully that's a thing. And besides that, in terms of like other Dokkan Fest cards that are actually appropriate enough for them to drop, once again, like, I want to see more love from GT, and I think a proper like Super Baby 2 Dokkan Fest card is appropriate. Like, Super Baby 2, he was one of the main, he was actually probably the most interesting villain in Dragon Ball GT. Now, obviously, I mean, they could have done things with the art. Like, the idea of Baby and his origins is so interesting. They just didn't execute it that greatly, in my opinion. If you like that arc, then sure, I like it. I like parts of it, but for the most part, they could have done a better job with it. But, you know, like either way, we have Super 17. He's a Dokkan Fest card. He was one of the main arcs in GT. We have 2 Omega Shenrons. We actually have 3. 2 are Dokkan Fest, and 1 is the AGL, 1 the Dokkan Awakens from Sin Shenron. They're Dokkan Fest. Where's Super Baby 2? Or even just a baby card that transforms into Super Baby, or have a Super Baby 2 card that transforms into, I guess, a Grade 8 variant. I guess we already have that, I guess, but it wouldn't be the Grade 8 mechanic, it would be the transform mechanic, so that's a little different, I guess. I don't know how they would do that, but I feel that's so appropriate. I feel that is just so warranted. Like, once again, how are you going to have a Dokkan Fest for Super 17 and not have one for Super Baby 2? Because in my opinion, I think the Super Baby 2 arc was a bit better than the Super 17 arc, just my opinion, once again. But, you know, once again, we have like 3 Super 17s, if you think about it. We have the Dokkan Fest one, and then we have the Tekken physical one, the Dokkan Awakens from the Android 17. So I feel that's very, very appropriate. They could maybe just not even making Dokkan Fest, just make it like a regular card, like kind of like the Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and Bulma, or yeah, something like that. Like, just kind of like a regular banner, honestly. But I feel like it's just appropriate enough to make him a Dokkan Fest. Now, I think all this Golden Week stuff goes away within the next coming weeks. So after that, most likely either gonna get, well, we're not gonna get a World Tournament because we just had a World Tournament JP like a little bit ago, like not that long ago. So we just had a World Tournament, so not gonna have one of those. Definitely gonna be having, like, we just got an LR release, so probably not gonna be releasing a new LR Thunderbolt anytime soon. At least not within the next month or so. Probably gonna have to wait till you know, maybe June-ish, July-ish to get another LR. So definitely gonna have to drop some kind of Dokkan Fest in between all that, right? So once again, I hope it's from GT or Dragon Ball. These 2 arcs need some love, especially the units that have not been showing that kind of support. Once again, the Kid Goku, like, I don't know, man. Like, they need to drop a good Kid Goku. Like, the ones we have in the game, once again, are pretty okay, but in terms of like being relevant in the meta, definitely a staple on this team. Like, we don't really have one of those. We really don't. So fingers crossed that we get a proper Dokkan Fest Kid Goku or an LR Kid Goku or something. And fingers crossed you get a proper Super Baby 2. That's what I want to see, guys. So down below in the comments, let me know what you guys like to see next Dokkan Fest and also next LRB. Those are my 2 picks. I want to see LR Kid Goku, and I want to see Dokkan Fest Super Baby 2. So that's going to be me, guys. So let me know down below, guys. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy the speculation video, make sure you leave a like, share, comment down below. If you're not subscribed, make a thing. Sub to the boy, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.